it's a weird time when I just feel like someone needs to bring the boiling water down to a simmer, and everybody on both sides, like if you watch CNN, Fox, you go online, or you listen to politicians, it's all, and then you walk out on the street and someone's like, hey, how you doing? You're like, good. So I don't think they're living in like a reality.
But is there anybody getting your ire up these days more than usual?
Nerds.
Yeah.
The nerds that own the politician, all these tech nerds that want to build robots because they don't know how to talk to hot women, they're gonna take over the world. They're going to take over. They are literally going to replace us. We're like beta right now, and they're coming out with like the VCR. And I think Elon has got the rockets going because they realize there's other Earths out there, and they're going to trash this one, and because they don't have any concern for it, and they're going to move on to the next Earth. And everybody's going to be standing down here with your blue and red ties, going, "Wait a minute, I was on your side," and they're just going to leave.
But you were talking about death in your set. Do they not realize that they're going to die? These people. They don't realize that eventually everybody dies.
I always wondered that about all religions, where they always talk about a wrathful God and, will send you to hell. And it's like, none of you guys are operating like you fear this, the way you run your religion.
That's right.
So I don't get I don't understand any of that. I'm just trying to be like chill. Somebody holds the door. Hey,
We've witnessed some incredible takedowns of Donald Trump and Elon Musk recently, many of which have gone viral, and rightfully so. However, none have quite matched the level of comedian Bill Burr, who has been absolutely shredding Elon Musk over the past few weeks. In fact, his attacks were so intense that Elon actually started trying to silence him. But instead of backing down, Bill Burr flipped the script, shutting down a MAGA reporter who attempted to attack him for calling out Musk. The clip has gone so viral, and I'm eager to show it to you. But before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already, and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way. And it really does mean a lot to me now. Before we can get into this clip of Bill Burr, he was asked about his appearance on The View, and which he called out Elon Musk for. So, for some context, let's take a look.
Great to see you. Your first time here?
Yes. My wife was freaking out that I was coming on this show.
Was she?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was like, who the hell booked you on that show? You say all
It's a new guy.
Yeah, you say all this dumb stuff about women. Don't go on that show.
Well, we're not snowflakes around here.
No.
And some of us are comedians, so we get it, because that's your thing.
Yep.
Have you been a comedian? Were you a comedian as a kid? Because I was funny as a child. Were you?
I had my moment. I understood the pecking order of like high school, so I wasn't like a nerd, but I wasn't cool. So if there was too many football players and good-looking chicks in the room, I wouldn't make my jokes. But if it was just the regular people, then I was more of a class guy.
I see.
Yeah.
You really broke that down.
Yeah. That's how. Yeah, because it was like some people I went to high school with understand the trajectory of me becoming a comedian. Other people are like, dude, you never said anything. So.
Well, as you've evolved over the years, how has your comedy changed?
Yeah.
Well, I got married and had kids, so I think
That's
that
hilarious.
that was the big thing. So I don't know. Probably more my home life changed, and I realized my anger and everything was ruining people's days more than I thought. So I had to work on that. So we've been working on me a lot. As I've said, the water flows one way in a relationship.
That sounds like you got that line from a therapist.
No, it does. No, it always just sort of goes towards the guy.
What are you
to work on themselves.
What are you talking about?
Like how we always have to
You have
what do you mean? Is it literally, what am I talking about? That it's like there's always something like, you're doing this, you got to work on that, but blah, blah, blah. But that sort of, constructive criticism doesn't seem to come around the other way.
Oh, I see.
to the woman.
You should meet my therapist.
This is why my wife didn't want me to do the show.
Maybe your wife's an angel and doesn't need any criticism.
Yeah. See that? That's when they stick together.
Really?
All right.
No, you are hilarious. Your new stand-up is amazing. But I want to ask about your Broadway debut, because this is a tough ticket to get. You're in the revival of David Mamet's Glenn Ross. It's the hottest ticket in town right now. The show's traditionally considered a drama, but you guys apparently have been getting huge laughs. Did you expect that, and what attracted you to wanting to do Broadway?
All right. Well, I think it's getting laughs now. When it first came out, I think it was more like a voyeuristic thing where you were looking into this cutthroat world of sales, and a lot of people weren't like that. You know, when I was growing up, you know, working class, 1 week's pay, you could pay your rent, and then you could have a little cottage or get a little boat or something like that. And now I feel everybody, even if you work at like Subway, understands just people grinding you from the top. So I think it's more like gallows humor. And then there's also the other thing. There's a lot of things that people say in the play that if somebody said it to you directly, it's not funny. But if you're watching it, it's funny. Like there's a line that Kieran says. He said, whoever told you could work with men. And every time I hear that, I burst out laughing because that is like literally the rudest thing you could probably ever say to a man. And you would literally have your male ego. You'd have to start swinging after somebody said that. But they just constantly saying those things. So I think that's why, you know, people are laughing.
And we hear that Nathan Lane was the one who recommended you for this role. How did that come about?
I guess he was initially going to play Shelley, who Bob Odenkirk's playing. So he suggested me for the role, and then Patrick, the director, Patrick Marber saw my clips. He liked me, and then what happened? I think Nathan ended up booking a series or something like that. So then he ended up not doing it. So he hooked me up, and he didn't end up, you know, doing the show.
He's doing the gay Golden Girls. I can't remember.
No,
yeah.
See, that's going to be funny.
I don't think I'll see that. I don't think that's going to come up in my feed.
He might put you in that one too. He might put you in that one too.
You never know. Who knows?
Now, your new stand-up special is called Drop Dead Years. It is hilarious. I got a chance to watch it. It's fantastic. You're actually one of my favorite comedians.
All right.
Actually, so women do like your comedy.
See that? With my wife. There you go. See?
You're one of my favorites.
All right.
Now, in the special, this dropping dead is a subject you addressed in the clip earlier. Among the topics you also dive into, you point out that people aren't concerned enough about what you say men are going through these days. Are men
no, I wasn't saying that.
Are men okay?
No, I didn't say that. I was talking about what I was going through. I wasn't speaking for other guys.
Are you okay? I mean, what's going on?
I'm a comedian. No, I'm not okay. I'm a mess. I am a mess. But, you know, I'm working it out. I've taken mushrooms a few times. I figured out some things. But, no, I've been able to, you know, I think as a guy, you just sort of learn, like, there's just some stuff that's just going to die with you. And you're never going to resolve it. So my thing is not to pass it on. So, like, yeah, that's where I'm at.
That does sound like a lot of therapy.
Well,
Are you in therapy, Bill?
No.
Maybe
I find like therapy's good in the beginning. Then after a while, you just keep mulching over the same stories, and then you don't even care. Like you feel like your therapist pulling away, and you're like, you know, and like,
We're both
I got molested, and blah blah. They're like, all right, no, they don't care. So like, I feel like, but mushrooms was the thing. The mushrooms was the thing. Not saying it's a cure-all. But yeah, it did help me understand how profoundly lonely I was as a kid, which I didn't think. I didn't understand. Stop that. I didn't understand that. Good Lord.
Mushrooms?
I'm fine. I got a sport coat on. It all worked out.
I completely agree. I am so tired of the worst people in the world who think that they are these super geniuses just because they had a little bit of business success deciding that they get to rip apart our government, steal our tax dollars to invest in their companies, complete corporate communism. We don't get the payoff when Elon Musk is making a bunch of money at Starlink. Actually, we are damaged by it because he's trying to replace systems in the FAA with Starlink that are significantly less safe. So these guys take our tax dollars, they write themselves huge bonuses, we get nothing out of it. Now they want to screw up our government. Of course we should be calling them out. But of course, Elon Musk also does not like that. So before we get into this Bill Burr takedown, I want to see just how upset Elon Musk is with him because it helps it all make a lot more sense. Bill Burr says his ex-account was flagged after roasting Elon Musk's salute comedian. Bill Burr said his ex-account was flagged after he said on his podcast a few weeks ago that Elon Musk has lost his effing mind. Burr said that he made fun of Musk, who owns Twitter, on his podcast for Seek Heiling during an inaugural celebration for Donald Trump. Afterward, B was going through his emails when he noticed he got an email from his Twitter account that it had been flagged what an effing baby, the comedian said on his February 17th podcast of the Monday Morning Podcast, just like Hitler, an effing baby. So Bill Burr calling out Elon Musk, of course Elon Musk crying about it, and now MAGA is coming to Elon Musk's defense, trying to attack Bill Burr for this comment. Well, it did not go well for MAGA, and I want to take a look at that.
Tell us about your reaction to Luigi Mangione. I was reading up, that perhaps you've been supportive of what he did. What is your take on that?
If you were reading up, I don't think you read up on it. Because I said what I felt about it, and I said what a lot of people said.
Some people took it that way. So could you clarify what you think?
No, I'm not going to just have some controversial moments so you can get clicks. I'm not doing that. I mean, I'm here for Conan. I'm not doing all of this. What are you going to bring up next? The Middle East? I went to summer school 3 out of 4 years in high school. I'm not qualified to talk about this.
I was just going to bring it down.
What do you think about global warming?
You said about Elon that he was ruining Earth, I saw on The View. You're critical of him. What do you think of all the boycotts, like even the violence?
I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news. I have no idea what's going on. I watch Instagram. I watch people wipe out on motorcycles. I watch lions and hyenas fight each other. This is the things that I do. And I don't think you should be asking a comedian. You're a journalist.
Comedians are on top of current events.
No. That's weak. That's you guys passing the buck. You guys need to have balls again, which you don't. You guys always goes, should we be thinking this? Duh. You guys present stuff like that. You guys used to have balls. You need to get your balls back. And it's not my job. I am a dancing clown.
Can we send Bill Burr to the White House? Can we send him to Congress or anywhere just to tear into these Republicans? He clearly has a unique talent for it, a gift for calling people out. While I'm sure he wouldn't want to be a politician or hold any elected office, could we just bring him in for a hearing to dismantle some of these guys? This is the unapologetic attitude we need more of in the Democratic Party. It's exactly what people want to see. The same intensity that Bill Burr is channeling in his takedown of Elon Musk reflects the frustration many feel about the attacks on our government. Thankfully, we do have a few people, like Jasmine Crockett, who are stepping up in a similar way, calling out figures like Musk with just as much force.
But let me remind my colleagues that it was Trump who decided to store national secrets and classified documents next to his oversized bathtub and toilet at Mar-a-Lago. It was Trump who took the documents out of the boxes and shared them with his guests. It was Trump who told his staff to move the boxes when the FBI was coming. And it was Trump who appointed Director Christopher Wray as head of the FBI, the same director that allowed the investigation to move forward. As much as Trump and Republicans hate to accept it, we are still a country with laws. And when you break them, there are consequences. Now, make no mistake, we should all be concerned about the FBI. But my concerns as ranking member of this subcommittee, as a member of Congress, and as an attorney, as well as a citizen, are based on things called facts. And when I say facts, I mean clear, indisputable facts, not those alternative facts my Republican colleagues continue pushing onto the American people. So let's talk about facts. Fact. Even prior to being confirmed by the Senate, Kash Patel was directing officials within the FBI to fire members within the Bureau simply because they worked on the lawful investigations into Trump. Fact. Patel failed to disclose his previous work and financial ties with the country of Qatar, a country that, had you had read the Mazars report, released last year by the House Oversight Committee, you would know paid close to $500,000 to Trump while he was president of the United States. Unsurprisingly, the FBI's Foreign Influence Task Force was recently disbanded, and the DOJ also cut back on its Foreign Agents Registration Act enforcement. Our enemies are jumping up and down now that we're doing their work for them. Another fact, Patel has never even been an FBI agent and is now leading the Bureau. Even one of today's Republican witnesses organizations, the the Bureau has advocated having an FBI agent lead the Bureau. But rather than confirm a director with credible, dedicated experience, the Republicans confirmed a political loyalist with no Quantico or FBI training. Talk about DEI.
It's so beautiful. Chef's kiss. It's just so beautiful to watch. It's therapeutic, really. After a long day, I need to see Jasmine Crockett just rip into Elon Musk because it makes him so upset. It's crazy. Bill Burr said, how are you a billionaire and you're angry? How are you a billionaire and you're angry with America? It's clearly worked out for you. As you stolen our tax dollars to build your wealth, these people are ridiculous. I'm glad Bill Burr's calling them out. And if you want to support us calling them out every single day, as always, you can hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video, and if you're stuck around at the end, drop a blue heart in the comments, and until next time, I'll see you soon.